Hey everybody, welcome back to Joshgetslost. Last time we built this 27,000 block gas giant planet on the horizon of our world. This is Sky City, a space-based build here on the Basementcraft server. Thank you guys for joining me today. We're gonna have some fun because today's project is even more ambitious and it just might drive me completely insane. Yeah. Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. There it is, my beautiful gas giant right behind me. And as I built that on the horizon, I'm noticing that the rest of the landscape around our Sky City area, well, it's looking a little more empty. And I want to change that today. So today's goal is we are going to be going to the end, and we're going to be working on a very special project to fill out some of the space here and give another dimension of character to our space build here on Sky City. So hope you guys are ready for it. Without further ado, let's go to the end. All right, I am here in the end. This, I think, is the portal that I opened up, the second portal of the world, way back at the beginning of this SMP season. And let's find a place to mine some endstone. Now, I like to be efficient, so I brought out a beacon. And hopefully we'll get some haste 2 going and just plow through this endstone. And I also have hired a few people on the server to make some diamonds for themselves by collecting endstone for me as well. So, I need some iron. Oh, I got some on the bundle. I got to remember the bundles in this experimental version are actually a little bit different than the ones on my single player world. That's the newest version. All right, haste 2. I can feel that haste in my bones. Let's make sure to be good Minecrafters and put away all of our gear so we don't forget anything out here. I do have a resource pack on from Vanilla Tweaks to help me not look directly at the Endermen. Even though I have a pumpkin on my head, you guys can still see. And the reason my voice is slowed down is I am just now realizing that endstone, even with a haste 2 beacon, is not insta-mineable. Yeah. So, I continue to mine endstone. I believe I ended up collecting about 16 shulkers worth on this project. And I did immediately, once I realized it was not insta-mineable, up the price that I had offered the server members who were going to also mine and collect it for me. I tried mining here on the surface for a while, but I kept running into this problem where the stupid Endermen kept walking in right in front of me, and I may have hit 1 or 2 and had to flee for my life and avoid them for a while. That was not fun. And it definitely took time away from the mining. So I discovered a better method of mining, which I'll show you guys here in a second. Whew, this was a hard task. It was full of mining, and this just felt like it was labor to mine each of these blocks with endstone not being insta-mineable. Nevertheless, I endured, and I found a different method. I began to just go through and do 2 high layers, actually underneath the surface, except for a few spots where some Endermen leaked through. Basically kept the Endermen from spawning where I was working, and I could just keep digging out in peace. Just made sure to make a perimeter first so I didn't sort of zone out while I was mining these lines and walk right off the edge of the world. That, yeah. All right, everybody. I am here, and I've got something to show you. You know, some people say I don't mind, but I do dig a lot, and I do work. Between my 16 or 17 shulkers and the ones I bought, I have about 26, 27 shulkers full of endstone. And to show you guys all my mining and how I feel about the endstone, in case you haven't got that already, all my flashback replays are titled about ways that I hate endstone. Endstone is the worst. Still hate endstone. Endstone is stupid. Yeah, it was getting to me. It really was. All right, well, it is time to start getting our materials together and time to start work on this project, which will be just about everywhere all around our base. So let's get to it. Now, sometimes those time lapses can be deceiving. 3 hours of work can be done in 30 seconds, but just to give you guys a real-time look at here, this is me building at actual game speed. Each of these asteroids is basically sort of a sphere or an oval that requires not only careful building up high and platforming up to the area where these asteroids will be, but also you have to be really careful to place all the blocks. You need to put in dirt, or I was using frog lights for some of the internal scaffolding to also add light, while I added the ability to place the next layer of blocks up and out from the other one. I was very tempted to try something like Easy Place with Lightmatica, but that is not how I build, and I want to do this legit. So I worked and I worked. I did not go through all 26 of my endstone. I still got a lot left, but I'll discuss that a little bit more here in a second. After building all of these, I placed around another 26,000, 27,000 endstone for this project. Whew. I had about an hour just tearing down dirt scaffolding that I had made in between all these different asteroids, and you can see it disappearing here. Whew. It was not fun. It was a lot of work, and it kind of started driving me crazy after a little bit. All right, while I finish off the last of our dirt here, I'm going to show you guys kind of real time what it's like. Now, some of these are tall. I probably wouldn't do it this style again when I get to the rest of the build, but you have to go up and erase all the dirt here. The basic idea is this. Asteroid belts are actually usually in the form of what is called a torus, which is basically like a donut shape, where things are kind of in a round like tube around a center point with a big empty hole in the middle. And so that's what we've started doing here. I'm thinking about in the future putting together some highlights of the way I built some of these different things in creative, especially using the mod Axiom to design some of these different things, like the gas giant from last week and the asteroid formations this week, and even the Metroid that you guys saw from the Halloween town build. I used some tools in Axiom to make that possible and get the shapes exactly how I wanted them. It's a really cool tool, and I'm not good with commands, so I've never really gotten into world builder, world edit, but Axiom is my friend. So as I begin tearing all this down, you notice I started off really strong over here on this side of the build. You'll see that probably as I look around. I did kind of all the layers. So this is kind of our pilot phase of what a full version would look like in our world. I began not only here, but also elsewhere, realizing that the scope of it was maybe just a little too big, maybe a little too thick on the asteroids. And so I began even here in this area to thin out from my original plans how many I would put in the sky. And also thinking through, things like our gas giant and our guardian farm over on the other far side. I don't want to completely obscure the view of them with asteroids in between. So I think this area is probably going to be the thickest. But my plan is, as the season goes on, to spend about an hour or two each episode, adding some more asteroids, especially the upper layers of the rings. I finished the lower layer mostly of the rings. There's a few spots where I didn't quite fill it in. But honestly, it was driving me crazy. And I honestly wanted to get an episode out to you guys before the Thanksgiving holiday so I could go relax with my family and not do Endstone anymore. So that's what this has been all about. But yeah. I think that's the rest of our dirt. This is our original platform where I had shulker boxes originally. Eventually, I just left it all in the center because, well, I was everywhere around our build. I think this one's the down. Yep. So break those. All right, time to head down. Whew. This has been a lot of work. My plan is to build more of these, but here's the deal. I want to do a special treat for you guys. If you leave me a comment on this video, I will add your name to a future asteroid. We'll put a sign in it with your name on it, and it will be part of our world forever. All right, I'm coming back from the end now. I actually am voicing over this later because You can see from the screen, I was tabbed out looking at something else on the other side of my computer monitor. And as I approached, I realized that I was actually recording something that looked pretty cool. Watching all of this pop in. Yeah, that is a pretty cool view with all the asteroids out here. Now, one last thing I do want to do before I end today is I've had a little armor stand project I've been wanting to work on actually since one of our very first builds of the season. Some of you may already see where this is going. And now that I have these asteroids out here, it actually makes sense to build these armor stands out here in space around our area. And you know what? I wonder if that snow block would work better. Some of you probably guessed this build from the moment I placed the EVA head down, but this is Wall-E and EVA floating here in space together in Minecraft. Let me show this off to you guys here. So if you remember over on the far side of these asteroids, there's a big ship, which is the Axiom from the movie Wall-E. Inside is actually our villager trading hall, where all the villagers are sat in the little fat people hover cars that is in the movie Wall-E. And my intention has been all season to build an armor stand with EVA and Wall-E. The EVA head I actually made got on a skin and died forever ago to have it, and I haven't ever built it. The snow worked perfectly because of the way it matched and having the snow layers for the arms. But yeah, look at it. It's EVA and Wall-E dancing through the skies in our asteroid field. I love this. It's going to look really cool once we add more asteroids in as the season goes on, but whoo, I have placed a lot of blocks and I am ready for some Thanksgiving break. So I hope you guys are having well. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know other ideas you guys have for these. And of course, leave me a comment if you'd like to have an asteroid named after you in the future. I will make sure that happens. All right. For all you guys, I am Joshgetslost. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you all later.